AI and his horde of killer robots. Are you bold enough to make the dangerous trek across the wasteland to reach the city? Can you discover the AI's secret weakness and defeat the robot?
Ave acta non verba.
Rangers, you heard my call! Please, I need your help. This is a totally not cool situation. I used these tactical goggles to find my way through the dark tunnels and avoid any bad guys. Cool, huh? Okay, don't get mad, but I may have fibbed just a little. I'm not actually trapped here. I know the way out, but I can't leave. I came down here after you took care of those clowns because someone told me there's all kinds of artifacts from the old times. Consoles, games, even portable phones. I had to look. And I found it, a treasure trove of original video games. But then these monsters showed up and they're bullies. They stole my mint-condition, top-of-the-line games, The Fiend Forge 2, Fountain of Delusion 4. You have to save my collection, please. I know, I'm sorry, it's just people don't take you seriously when you say your games are taken, but safeguarding relics like these is my life's work. Carried it off in their mouths. I wouldn't have believed it if I hadn't seen it. Clever little monsters. Awesome! Please, hurry! If they chew up my collection, I'll be so sad! See you soon!
Acta non verba.
Hey, hey, hey! If it isn't the cabrones who attacked us in the Warrens! Tisk, tisk. Well, bienvenidos to Dr. Smile's practice, where we cultivate caspids. Do you have an appointment for our full teeth extraction service? I guess you might call them canines or fangs. I'll do my utmost to keep you alive long enough to show them to you after I rip them out of your mouth. Speaking of, you have an appointment, yes? I see. Well, I'm afraid I'm going to have to insist. Está ready?
Sorry, Psycho. Nobody messes with my pearly whites. They're my best feature.
It's not every day we get visitors with teeth like yours. They'll fetch quite the price once I rip them out of your mouth.
Gonna give you the runaround, my man. Incoming! For the birdie, Mamon!
Ex nihilo nihil fit. Sustinere est difficilus quam agredi.
fast!
Need a medic? Trouble here.
Somebody better patch me up.
My collection is in one piece. I'd say it's still in near mint condition, too. Thank you so much. I will give you some things I've been saving as a reward, but I don't really want to stay here anymore. It's all kind of creepy to me now. I don't suppose you need any help at your headquarters? I could, take care of your stuff or something? Yay! Well, I guess I won't be needing all this stuff anymore then. Here, maybe you can use it. I'll pack up my stuff and head to your HQ right away.
Fun times here, with another strangling yarn. This one about an astute student who learned how to love to kill. Once there was a little boy who loved having pets. Oh, yes, cats, dogs, squirrels, badgers. He loved them all. And he especially loved them in a nice big stew with a sprig of thyme. It wasn't until the boy met little Annie that he began to develop other interests. He began to ply little Annie with gifts, trinkets, and tidbits from scrapyards wrapped in animal furs. Soon, little Annie came to love the boy and agreed to see him away from the adults. Thus, that little boy had finally lured his first human victim into his snare, his first trophy for his box of many knives.
What do you need, Rangers? Of course, no sense in bleeding all over the place. Have a seat. Nonsense, you're not even hurt. If it ain't cut, don't stitch it. What do you need, Rangers? Of course, no sense. Have a seat. I don't mind not having to clean and suture a festering wound.
Great to see you on the admin side of things, sir. You're always a front line.
Hate to see innocent folk living in a jail, but I'm having a hard time thinking of a better alternative. Now, what can I help you with? I'll be here.
Yeah, I'm sure you can take half of these youngsters with one hand behind your back.
As long as I didn't have to chase them.
November, good to see you. Give me 1 second to make sure the General's still there. General, are you there? I have Team November for you.
Thank you, Gonzalez. Put him on.
Yes, sir. He's ready for you, Rangers. Have a seat.
Ah, Team November. Glad we finally got through. Corporal Gonzalez said I should hear the details from you, so tell me, how's the mission going? An ambush? How many of you survived? What about my brother? Is Riley alive? I see. That is distressing. Let me know the minute you learn something. Now, what about the mission? Gonzalez told me the Patriarchs confirmed the deal, and has provided you with a HQ and supplies. I'm pleased to hear it. What are your thoughts on him? Does he seem like a reliable ally? I was afraid it might be like that. A leader doesn't ask for military help unless things are desperate. Well, hold up your end of the bargain and we'll pray he's able to hold up his. Anything else I should know about? So, she's alive. What happened to her? Is she helping you? That sounds ambiguous. You know her position before we lost contact with her, right? She was trying to take down the Patriarch, and I can't imagine she's changed that stubborn mind of hers. Well, don't let her sway you. I've got no doubt her reasons are good. No one amasses as much power as this patriarch has by being an angel, but Angie's always had a very black and white view of the world. No room for compromise. We have to compromise. The patriarch may be the dirtiest dog east of the Rockies, but he's also the biggest dog, and he's got the most scraps to share. We can reconsider our relationship with him down the line, but for right now, we've got to do what he wants, or there isn't gonna be a down the line for Arizona or the Rangers. I'm not asking you to fight Angie. I love her too much for that. Just keep your distance and don't let her wreck the deal. Excellent. Glad to hear it. Keep up the good work. All right then. Report received. Thanks for letting me know the situation on the ground. I've got no additional orders except to wrap things up ASAP. Our position here in Arizona is tenuous at best. Without the manpower we sent with you, we're stretched thin, and the gangs and militias are getting bolder by the day. Nor is the food and water situation improving. If we can get through next winter, next year's crops might be enough to keep us going. But I don't see how we're getting there without the Patriarch's promised supplies. So, no pressure. But at the same time, hang on. Damn it. Sorry, November. Gotta get back to it. I'll try to reach out again in a few...
Looks like we lost the signal, November. I'll let you know if I get it back.
Thanks for clearing those folks out of the barracks. Sleeping on the floor was a killer.
Bloodbath at the bazaar! Mysterious conflict leaves everyone dead! Patriarch deplores horrific scene at bazaar!
The last time anyone saw the Patriarch. He was down at the old airbase to greet the Rangers, I think. Before that, yeah, I can't remember either. You think he really is sick? I heard he fired his doctor. Maybe he didn't like the diagnosis.
Hello, and welcome to the world's fabulous, most fantabulous home of the War family. What is your business at the Ward's estate? The master is expecting you. Please enter through the door.
Rangers, so good to see you. Thank you again for saving my life.
I knew the security system needed more security checks and fewer show tunes. Blast. You were the Rangers, correct? I expected our paths to cross eventually. Let me express my thanks for saving my son Bellamy in the Garden of the Gods. All I can manage is the ineloquent gratitude of a father who thought he lost his child. May I help you with something? Wonderful news. Please accept this small token of my gratitude. At this point, you probably know more than I do. Their names are Valor, Victory, and Liberty. They are Saul Buchanan's children. He loves them as only a father can. I understand that, love. That's all I should say. Please ask me about anything else. Most of my time is spent researching and developing technology. In time, I believe we can restore our standard of living to that of the legendary pre-war days in the 1980s. Who knows? Someday we may even exceed it. Goodbye, Rangers.
Let's keep walking. Someday I'm gonna live like this. Someday.
The Reeds have certainly fallen on bad times.
Hydro crew?
I still think it needs some work.
We're badass mercenaries. We're stationed in the hydroponics bin. What about this name doesn't fit?
Lived in this city my whole life.
Group name just
Never knew
as
this.
much as everybody else.
What the hell? How'd you get down here? No, we haven't heard of you. Who introduces themselves like that?
Also, desert isn't a word. It's pronounced dessert. Did you also say assert instead of...
The Desert Rangers. It's a pretty good name for a mercenary crew, though. Evokes wealth and class.
We know what dessert is. You're just saying it wrong.
That's the target. Live
it wasn't worth it.
Life goes for cheap. Taking shelter.
always heard the Buchanan family bunker was somewhere under Broadmoor. Could this be?
Fata viam invenient.
Right?
Bury me with the money.
Life goes for cheap.
Moving to cover!
Assessing the target.
Well, I have to call the recruiter.
engage!
anybody in this condition?
Never seen the bunkers where my ancestors rode out the bombs. I doubt they were as nice as this.
worse places to ride out an apocalypse.
Something peculiar about that chicken.
That was awesome!
Destiny provide. You end these bastards and let me out of this cage.
Uh-oh. They have us at a disadvantage.
Where my eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He's trampling out the vintage where the grapes are at the store. He hath loosed the fateful lightning of his terrible Swiss sword. His truth is marching on. I've seen in the watchfires of 100 serpent camps. They have builded him an altar in the evenings and nights. I can read his righteous sentence by the dim and flaring lamps. His day is marching on. Christ was born across the sea. With a glory in his bosom that transfigures you and me. As he died to make men holy, let us die to make men free, while God is marching on. The coming of the Lord, he's trampling out the vintage where the grapes are at the store. He hath loosed the faithful lightning of his terrible swift sword. His truth is marching on. I've seen him the waters of 100 cities. They've buried him in altar in the even dews and dews. I can read his righteous sentence by the dim and flaring lamps. His day is marching on. Christ was born across the sea, with a glory in his bosom that transfigures you and me. As he died to make men holy, let us die to make men free, while God is marching on. of the coming of the Lord. He's trampling out the vintage where the grapes are at the store. He hath loosed the fateful lightning of his terrible Swiss sword. His truth is marching on. I've seen the watchfires of 100 serpent camps. They have builded him an altar in the even dews and damps. I can read his righteous sentence by the dim and flaring lamps. His day is marching on. With a glory in his bosom that transfigures you and me. As he died to make men holy, let us die to make men free, while God is marching on. Of his terrible Swiss sword, his truth is marching on. I've seen the watchfires of 100 serpent camps. They have built him an altar in the even dews and damps. I can read his righteous sentence.
Good work, everybody. Hope you're here to let me out. Not until I'm free. I'm waiting. Thanks for the rescue. Now, who are you? Never heard of you. What's this about? My dealings with him? You mean my shame? I am warlord of the Scar Collectors, greatest slavers of the Colorado Plains. When the Patriarch came east to put us down, we gave him more than he bargained for. Stopped him cold. I know he tells his people he secured his borders by beating us. Makes himself out a real hero. Bullshit. He made a deal. Gave the Scar Collectors, Payasos, and Godfishers money and supplies to hunt east and keep the smaller gangs out.
I don't believe you. The Patriarch would never do such a thing.
You wouldn't believe what your Patriarch would do. Security is the enemy of ambition. Got so used to having the Patriarch hand me my living that I forgot my destiny. An oracle told my mother I was born to make the Wakarusa Redlegs the greatest horde in Kansas. Was going to use the Scar Collectors to unite the Colorado gangs, then lead them home to take what's mine. But the deal with the Patriarch made me lazy. And Destiny's a jealous bitch. Ignore her, and she'll have her revenge. Another Buchanan. After Liberty failed to take her daddy's throne, she ran our way. Realized pretty soon she could turn our gangs against us by telling them about the deal we made with her father, which we'd kept secret. She told him we'd settled for table scraps when we could have had the whole of Colorado. That we'd become guard dogs when we could have been kings, which was the truth. So the gangs rose up. Star the Dreams overthrew clouds drifting west to lead the Godfishers. Let Chorito kill Slapstick to take the Payasos, and that rat Steel Trap jumped me and sold me to a bauxite mine. Now he's running the Scar Collectors. Not for long. Another stupid mistake. Wasn't hard escaping the mine, but then I ran to Buchanan. Asked him for help taking back the Scar Collectors. Promised him I'd capture his daughter for him, rein in the gangs. Fool. He told me I was weak and useless. Threw me in here. Well, I was weak. I let him distract me from my destiny with easy living. Now I'm back on track, and he will die for seducing me. Once I take back the gangs from Liberty, I'll lead them east, away from your pretty little city, and use them to once again become ruler of the Wakarusa Redlegs, and then all of Kansas, as was ordained. But there's one thing I gotta do before I leave Colorado. Put the Patriarch's head on a spike. If you want that too, maybe we can walk the same path for a time. What do you say? Could you use another gun? Make 'em quick. If a man is destined to be free, then he'll be free. If he's a slave now and doesn't think that's his destiny, then he should fight for it. Like I have. Can't be a Scar Collector without modding yourself. Part of getting jumped in. I chose the arm. When I was born, my mother carved 12 lines into me, symbolizing the 12 trials I would overcome before I ruled all of Kansas. I've been crossing them out ever since. Once I take back the Scar Collectors, I cross out the 11th. Can't wait. Lead on. Looks like you're full up. Like I said, I'll meet you back at your HQ.
What the hell was all that gunfire? Nobody should have gotten here.
You're the one. No. Nobody talks to the guests, and nobody wanders in here without permission. We got our orders.
Moving to cover! Taking the shot. Moving to cover! Right?
This. taking the 6!
It wasn't worth it.
The outcome was never in doubt.
Well, that was an anticlimax.
Who's there? You removed my captors. Good. Now, take me out of here. I must die under the sky. It is not mercy that keeps me from killing you. For not knowing my name, my body betrays me. I am clouds drifting west, leader and prophet of the God-fishers, slayer of unbelievers, launcher of 1,000 kites.
Holy. I've heard of this guy. Everybody who fought in the Plains Wars knows what he did. He's killed more people than hunger.
Then end my life here. Better than waiting. Buchanan's daughter turned my people against me. They beat me, broke my bones, but I escaped. Came here, ordered Buchanan to make good on our deal. He turns his back and drags me here. May lightning strike him. Deal. He paid me tribute so that I would not raid his lands. Men, women, he delivered to us. Offerings for kites. Raise them to the gods.
What? Are you serious?
You think he is not capable?
A man who rules with a hammer.
You are lying! The Patriarch would never trade innocent lives for security.
Believe what you want, girl. Don't know. Didn't care. Just blood to bait the gods down from the sky.
Not buying it. Never heard about anything like this, and I hear all the dirt. At least I think I do.
Then they did not pray hard enough. May you never look upon the sky again. Look alive. Whoever took out the other shit could still be around.
Oh shit! It's the Desert Rangers!
Pull back! Do not engage! The Patriarch can keep his money!
Right behind you!
Breaker 19, this is Dead Red calling those November Cowboys one more time. Heard you met Ironclad Cordite. Oh, well, I've got friends all over, and they've all got good eyes. Just don't tell him and you'll be fine. Nobody knows you did it, and Buchanan can't admit those men were his. He can't even admit that they existed. And, well, I apologize about that. I didn't know any other way of getting you up to speed. But now that you've talked to Cordite, you understand who the Patriarch is, right? Glad to hear it. And what he told you ain't the half of it. Someday, I'll tell you some real horror stories. Is he with you now? Glad to hear it. Do your best to keep him alive. He could really help us out when things start happening. For now, just keep helping the Patriarch collar his kids. We're with him on that. Can't have a bunch of rabid animals running around loose, can we? Although, I guess he wants you to bring them back alive. We don't care so much about their condition. Fact is, Colorado will be a whole lot safer without him. The Patriarch's heirs will always have a claim on this land, and from what I hear, they're even worse than Buchanan himself. Anyhow, I'll be in touch. Dead Red, over and out.
But she's
old enough to be his grandmother.
Priority 1. Move to next objective.
Ah, you're back, Rangers. Please go on in. Good day.
The guards who get posted here are so full of themselves.
Have you found victory yet, Rangers? Tell me. Resolved. How? I'd ask if you put up a fight, but I know better. The boy was always weak. Too many books and computers, not enough sweat and blood. So I suppose I shouldn't be wishing he had been harder to bring in. You brought him back alive, and that's what I wanted. So here's a reward for a job well done. Thank you, Rangers. What else can I do for you? There are always complainers. What is it now? I don't let them do anything. I only pay them not to do it to Colorado. If arms are the only payment they accept, what am I supposed to do? And what do you think brought those warlords to the table? But the people don't want to hear stories about treaties. They want to hear stories about victories. So stories about victories are what I give them. Tell me. So I've heard. A red-headed soldier, training rebels. Not my first priority, but thanks for the information. Not until she tries something. And I don't want you going after her either. Stay focused on the task at hand. If she contacts you, well, learn what you can about her plans, but don't move on her until I say. Got it? On the other hand, if she's foolish enough to confront you, do what you have to do. She's a ranger, so it's ranger business, not mine. Before you go, thank you for saving that Arapaho caravan. The power armor they were carrying will help keep my marshals safe, which will keep the citizens of Colorado safe. Now get going, and come back with results.
Stop! Only members of the Patriarch's family are allowed back here.
Yeah, that never happened.